Okay, I am Cory Kerr, and this is Rocky, Jim Lujan's cat. This is the show how Jim Lujan and Cory Kerr collaborate live. Lingering note. So couldn't make it and sent his cat as proxy.
My name is Roxy, not Rocky. Oh, can you believe it? Tim, who booked me on this?
Sorry, I'll have my people apologize to your people.
Hello. She will not leave me. Hello.
Oh man.
I hope we have a lot of cat lovers out there.
Oh, I got excited about that shot and stayed up way too late, and then I had a 8 o'clock class to teach, so I woke up late.
I feel like I'm pushing you to the brink of madness.
Oh no, I mean I didn't do anything for like 2 or 3 days. So.
You have a lot on your plate and a lot of plates in the air.
Yes, with a lot on each one of them. No,
but we're not here to gripe, Mr. Kerr. We're here to for the people of America what we're up to.
Yeah, speaking of which, I should probably open the software so that we can talk about it. Yeah, so I think we'll just, I guess we can show everybody the shot, and I'll open Photoshop.
While you're doing that, I'll say what the show is in case somebody's watching it for the first time. This is Cory Kerr, and this is Jim Lujan, and together we're working on an animated short as an experiment of styles. My style of drawing, I'm drawing the art and everything for it, but Cory's actually moving things around and helping to art direct it and just giving it the Cory Kerr feel. So it is a weird combination, and we're trying to keep it fun. Both of us are already probably outside of our comfort zones, but
and by fun, Jim means, hey, I had this idea that's going to take you 400 hours to do.
Right.
Yeah. Jim is like the comic book writer who says, panel 1, 4,000 spear-carrying people riding horses. Panel 2, exterior shot of a crowd scene at a rally.
I have.
Panel 3, a car race.
So, and this is also supposed to inspire me to do After Effects, but it's scaring me now.
This is what I did today. Wasn't hard. It's just time consuming. So,
did it kill your computer too?
No, this one didn't. Okay. It's really when I did the 3D lights that kind of caused the problem. We had 2 viewers that have now left. We've already bored everyone to death in the first 3 minutes.
Well, let's get back. Let's do some art. Let's show some art.
Yeah. So let's look at the here's the shot that we're talking about.
I love it. Can we watch? We just kind of watch it on a loop a little bit.
Yeah, I'll just have to click it.
This looks so great, so great. Now this is Z space, right?
Yeah.
Now this guy right here, let's see. Does he go? Yeah, there's like a weird rack focus right there, kind of.
Yeah, I'm trying to imitate an actual camera like autofocusing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was moving the focal, whatever that's called, where it's focusing back and forth based on what I thought the camera would probably jump to if it were a real camera.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. Hey, Crimson Owl Comics.
Well, hey.
So yeah. So let's watch that again.
Let's watch it again.
There's a couple spots here where, well, like at the beginning.
Can you put it where we're small and then the thing's big?
Yes, I can. I'd have to do it a different way, but let me
see if that works.
Let me do that. Might take a minute to render, but that looks like this. Share screen. Give me After Effects and go. Okay.
There we go.
Let me just turn this on to one view and fit. Okay, so this will be slower because it's rendering as it's
okay, because we can look at it a little bit closer. I love just coming from somebody who does limited animation, just the fact of how everything's moving so smoothly and in order. And look at her leg on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like little things like that. It's like it's so slow and
Well, and most of that I actually just put like just a piece of code that did it for me on there called an expression. So I just put a wiggle expression in there and it just kind of did it. Or like I'd put two keyframes, like one like this and one like that, and then I would just loop those two keyframes indefinitely.
yeah.
So there's a lot of that type of stuff. So that's the weird rack focus that you were talking about.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit too much. I can go back and kind of dial it down a little bit. I'll show you what's going on there. We can kind of decide whether we want to. I made her dance. I thought that was
I love that. I love that. Yeah. And I like how this guy's walking towards those guys. That looks so great.
Yeah.
If I were to ask one thing, and I already thought to myself, well, I don't really have the right to ask anything because you're doing all the heavy lifting with the animating.
Uh-huh.
But I would just say to have his bottle a little bit like this, like slower.
Oh, hold on, I can't see you. Just one sec.
You can't see me?
Well, I can now. I was watching the thing.
I would say to have it more like this, like slower, kind of like he's looking and just his eyes.
We'd have to draw it differently. Are you talking about the speed or the angle of the bottle?
Only the speed, just the speed of it.
Okay, because it's
right now he kind of takes a fast sip.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's just focus in on his sip and squint here. So you'd rather do it again so I can get a
feel. Oh yeah, right now he's doing this. He's like taking a drink. I'd be more like, my eyes are focused, and I, like just kind of like goes up to a slower,
Okay.
Kind of like the same type of sip Charles Bronson would take before he shoots somebody. His eye, he's just watching what's going on, and he's like not even focused on his drink. He's just like, I don't know how fast it would go down, but
Let's see. So let's grab these.
You ever see Techno Viking?
No.
I know you've seen Techno Viking. Everyone's seen it. It's one of the best clips ever.
What are you even talking about?
Techno Viking is a YouTube clip where the guy, it's in like Germany or somewhere, and he's shirtless and he looks like a Viking and he's walking, and some guy kind of harasses a girl. It's like a parade, a techno parade, and he like gets the guy and he points at him and goes like that, and then he starts dancing. And as he's walking, somebody hands him water and he drinks it, and he starts doing all these dance moves, these techno. It's the best clip ever. I can't believe you haven't seen it. It's influenced my life.
That's great. How's that for speed?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, and how about the squint? Should he squint?
I love the squint.
But with the timing of it though, because I had him like throw it back and squint as if he was a little surprised.
Just hold the squint up sooner and then leave it at the rest the same.
Okay, so the squint is his face, which is right here.
And this is the first time I've asked Cory this too. Hold the drink a little bit longer, and then the rest is good.
A little bit longer than it is still?
Yeah, like hold this position a little bit longer.
Okay.
Just a little bit. And then we're all good. And this is coming from someone that wasn't going to ask you to change anything, because like I said, this is kind of part of the experiment. There you go.
Okay, it's rendering, so that's going slower than normal. So hold on just a sec.
I actually kind of like it at the speed that it was rendering, actually. I can also slow it down on my end, too, in the editing.
Sure, but I mean, it's easier to do it here, because then you have all the frames you need. So how's that? And is the little, like, thing at the end?
I like that, but slow that down a little bit, too, because then he's a little bit less in a hurry. Hey, Scott's on. Scott Circlin. Hey, what's up?
Now I gotta ask, since Scott is here.
Oh, he saw the jersey, Scott. You saw the jersey.
Is the Cirque character a nod?
There's several Cirque 22 jerseys in this cartoon and in other cartoons I've had. This is the first time Scott's probably ever noticed it.
Okay, there. How's that speed?
That's it. That's it right there. That's perfect. Yeah.
I'm gonna have him squint for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I love the squint, man. That looks so good. Is that the original artwork of his head that I sent?
That's what you sent over in
Oh,
Photoshop.
that's awesome. It looks great. I almost thought that was going to be like a temporary placeholder or something, but it looks it actually works.
Oh,
perfect.
you know what? I cleaned it up.
That's why it looks so good, because I did it really quick. I mean, I chopped
Yeah,
it.
there's some aliasing. It looks like you cut and pasted.
Yeah, it was. You know why? Because I thought you were going to use his original head and then just darken it, or you know what I mean, like match that.
Right. I could do that.
No. It's no way. This is fine. It looks great. It looks fantastic.
So yeah, there was some aliasing around. It looks like you'd cut out some eyes and pasted them on there. And so I just went in with like a clone stamp tool with a fuzzy edge on it, and I just kind of painted out that edge so it kind of blended it in.
Yeah. Was it even in the face? Wasn't even in layers though when I said it, right?
Oh, there's no layers in this face. This is
yeah.
So these are all pins. Yeah, so I can go in and distort them and do all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
So all I did is just to show everybody. Let's talk about it for a minute.
Yeah.
Pin. So you can see this mesh, and all I did is like pin like ears, mullet, chin, and top of his hair, so that nothing moved except his eyes. And so then I just dropped a pin on the upper and lower eyelid and just pinched them together a little bit.
That's insane. Wow.
So
somebody actually could do a mouth with not even drawing a mouth, just like it had to go, you know, I mean, if it was open a little bit.
Yep.
Wow. I mean, that would be a lot of work too, but
yeah, I mean, if you look too close, you'll see that his irises and pupils also squish, but it happens so quick and it's such a small part of the screen that I don't think anybody will notice. But the thing that I really liked about how this went is, you know, when you squint, like those little lines that come off of the bags under your eyes, they also go up, and that just naturally happens with this because
it's pinching,
it's just stretching the whole mesh.
Yeah, so. And it looks legit. It looks great.
Yeah. Okay, so let's watch the whole thing again. Okay. I have a problem at the beginning, which I couldn't do anything about. You only gave me half this jukebox.
Yes.
And so there's all these cool lights and everything. Like if I go into that
jukebox, I see what you're saying.
It's not on it enough. So if I go here,
why don't you do this? Do this. Hold the shot before it starts panning. Hold it for more than we need. Hold it for like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and then it starts panning. And when I edit it, I will work it in there.
Yeah, I may do that. I may not.
If you give me that, I'll have that option.
Well, here's why I'm hesitant to do it. Throughout this whole panning stuff, I've timed quite a few of these characters to move only when the camera's on them. And so if I add seconds at the beginning, I'll have to go find all those keyframes and slide them over. It'd probably take me about 45 minutes. So I'm not sure if it's worth it, then we can do that.
So it's not like Flash where you can just add frames and then everything moves?
No. Though I could make a duplicate of it and then we could just cut. I might be able to figure out a way to do it where it wouldn't.
Yeah, definitely don't kill yourself doing it, because I would sacrifice those lights flashing. Let's look at the lights flashing though, since we're never going to see them probably.
Okay, so they're on the screen for
I know
20 frames.
Yeah. I know.
But yeah, so I just went in and kind of you put like 5 or 6 different layers of different lights, and so I just have the opacity kind of and I thought it looked great.
You know what's amazing to me, Cory, is that no matter how many layers I put, it's like you find them and use them. I can't believe that. It's like I would use them.
You name them well. So I have to point this out to everybody. We've got Blonde Cirque 22, Graybeard, Bartender Lady, Barkeep. Some of these names are cracking me up. Buzz, Thunderclap, Juke Guy, Back Red Rocker, Latino Camo. So like it was like descriptive enough layers, because the one huge downside that I hate about After Effects is you don't get thumbnails on your layers like you do in Photoshop and Illustrator. And so if you don't name them, then
Yeah, and
They'd
all
be
of those
impossible.
all of those names, I'm not just doing it to be cute because every one that you said, I know which character it is.
Right.
Like it's the name that pops in my head. It's the Michael Scott, Beardy, you know.
Right.
But
Well, that's what I'm saying though is yeah, that is kind of distracting. I'm gonna fix that. But what I'm saying is it was useful because like you didn't give everybody a billion layers, and if you gave somebody like an arm, it was like, you know, tool guy arm, you know, and so that made it really useful to be like, oh,
yeah,
great.
I'm gonna keep doing that. And there's
Mhm.
another Cirque 22 right there.
Oh yeah,
There's
there he
another
is. He's out of
there.
focus for a second.
So in my head, well, obviously it's a tribute to you, Scott. So, but in my head, there's some player named Cirque that's super popular in this universe.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to see what's going on, this is kind of interesting. Let me show you. Get rid of this thing. Let me show you how this works. This is going to make it seem much more complicated than it is, but it's not as bad as it looks. Front. No. Right. That's what I want. Okay. So, and then I'll just turn that off. And so here's all the layers. And this is our camera. So this camera is, this is like we're looking at the side of this scene. We're looking at it perpendicular to what the camera's shooting. And so all this stuff, as I move it, it just moves like this.
Yeah.
We're just moving it across. And then if we look at this from the front, you know, I'm just going like this, and I just move the camera from left to right. And that's all. The one challenge that I had was you did everything at, which probably it works just fine, especially because we're blurring things. But like if we're over here, I've got to share application window Photoshop. This is 1080 high, but I had to push it back, and so as it goes further away from the camera, it gets smaller. So I had to kind of figure out a little bit like to scale things up or down, because it was useful because I could jump back and forth between this to use this as a reference of where to place things. But like as things moved closer to the camera, I had to make them like 60% of their size. And as things moved away from the camera, I had to make them like 150% or 200% of the size. So that was a little bit, but for the most part, it went a lot faster than I thought it would.
Yeah.
I actually shortened it a little bit. I don't know if you noticed, and if you didn't notice, that's awesome because
no, not really. Oh, the pool table, right?
Yeah, I took this section here on the right, and I kind of overlapped all these signs. And mainly it was because as you spread stuff out in Z space, things tend to get spread out horizontally as well. Like they get further apart as they go back. And so I just ran out of things.
So that'll be for the director's cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be for when we hire someone else to animate it.
I'm sincerely trying not to kill you, Cory.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I'll let you know if it's too much or whatever. But yeah, so I mean that's that shot. So that's what I got done. Where's my active camera? A one view active camera.
So actually, to add on to that, this is a good segue because it's an actual question I have. Some of the upcoming scenes, for example, after you do this, we'll check. Maybe we could check out the storyboard, page 1.
Okay.
I think there's only going to be 3 pages of storyboards. Like there's 1 page for the fight scene that we haven't seen. That'll take care of everything. It's not going to be multiple. But I'm thinking that it's like almost. Well, I uploaded a couple of more. I think I uploaded a couple of more. Did I give him I gave you a side shot of the jock bro.
I think I saw a bunch of files and downloaded them. This is the only one I opened so far because it's the beginning of the semester and my week was nuts. So
yeah.
Time to
But in my thinking was, let's check this out, and then I'll tell you my thinking. That's my favorite little sequence right there. It's like, I love it. It's the best for last. It gets better and better, and then the end. That's so good. I mean, it starts out strong and it ends super strong.
I just want to point something out. I feel like this guy continues to vote for Ralph Nader. I don't know why, but like I don't know what it is about him, but what's
he just looks
like he's really into like.
Are the four of them together on a date, or are they old friends? Or I have my theories.
Yeah, this girl that is just like, there's so much that doesn't make sense if you pause this, so we won't pause it too much, and hopefully nobody does it. But she is literally just staring at a blank wall. There's nothing back there.
Zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, so she's just oops. Yeah. So right here, there's nothing there.
I think I meant to put her in front of that girl, actually. But that's okay. Leave her where she's at, because she's really high.
Yeah, she's just staring at a blank wall.
Yeah, she's just wasted.
I could put one of those blinking signs there, so she could just be watching it.
I like that. Yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to talk about real quick on this one is, let me show you how the focusing works. It's like this. So it's this control. I don't know how well you can see this, but right now it's 895 pixels. And so let me make the side view bigger. Active camera to right, and give me the camera. Good. Okay. So there's the camera. And as I slide this focal distance, you'll see it move. See that little, it's just a line. So whatever that line falls on is in focus.
Oh, wow.
And so whatever's in front of or behind that line is going to be out of focus. Wow. And so that's, it's fairly easy to do.
You can also do it with percentages though, too, right? Like, I remember in After Effects, like when you'd have something, there was a little icon and you clicked on the amount of blur, like it would go like 86% or something, or.
You can motion blur things with percentages. You can also add a Gaussian blur effect, but you'd have to do that on every layer. So this way, it's like a diorama. Like I set it all up.
Okay, yeah.
Like toy photography, and then you get down in there and you just move the camera around. And so so the layers aren't actually blurring. They don't have any effects on them or anything. The camera is just saying that thing is closer in Z space or further away in Z space. And then if it falls outside of, so I can also, it's kind of nuts, but I can also go in and I can, let me show you all the controls. I can go in and I've got depth of field, I've got zoom, I've got aperture, I've got blur level, I've got the iris shape, the iris rotation around. I don't know what 80% of those do. I've just kind of, just like wandering around, I figured out that if I move the focal distance, turn the depth of field on, and then I don't even know which way makes sense for the aperture. So I just slide it around until it does what I want it to. And then so the only thing that's really changing, the only thing that's really keyframed is the focal distance. And so I just kind of move that forward or back as the camera is sliding over. And so that's the other thing I wanted to kind of like discuss was right here. Let me find that shot. Where is it? It's probably here. Okay, so I'm just gonna put our thing there like that. We'll go a little bit further. And so let me play this through. So right here, it kind of like, I was trying to go for that. You know how sometimes like the autofocus, like it freaks out, like it misses?
Yeah. No, yeah.
And I don't know that I really hit it that well. And maybe it's more distracting than.
You know what it kind of looked like to me? Honest, my first impression, it looked like as if After Effects was freaking out. You know what I mean? Like it didn't look intentional.
Yeah. So let's just skip it then. So that's on him, and then that jumps to him, and that's fine. And it's right here where it freaks out. So we'll go there, And I'll delete these two keyframes. And that should stay in focus. Okay, so I'll add another keyframe here. Okay, so now let's render that. So then it's on him, then it's on the guy in the background, then it's on the pole. That goes too fast. So let me have a little bit more space. Try that again. Him, graybeard guy. That pole might be too close to the camera because it still looks really weird. Doesn't it look weird? Or is it hard to tell on StreamYard?
Hard to tell, but
I'll play with it.
Okay.
But mainly, like, it didn't look good, right? I mean, that's kind of the main part.
Well, it's mainly that little flash of focus that goes on the guy, like right there.
After?
Yes. Like click, like there. Is he getting caught in the blur of the pole somehow? No.
No, it's like,
yeah, right about there, right there.
Yeah, I think the pole is just too close to the camera because it's blurring everything so much that nothing else is really that close to the camera.
Gotcha.
And so when everything else, like he's not even that close. Notice how the pole is still out of focus and he's in focus.
Yeah.
So maybe I can move the pole back.
Try that. Let's see. I do like the size differential of it. It looks really cool, but it does cause that guy to get a little blurry.
So now I have to find that pole. Wood beam panning shot.
Does After Effects, I guess it doesn't have a thing like in Photoshop where you click on it and it selects it.
I just want to say I found it on the second click. I'm really excited.
Wow. That's okay. Fine.
So I'm going to move this back about like that. And then I will make it bigger. So we'll scale it up about like that. Okay, and then we'll go back to the camera and we'll have it focus.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Okay, so right there it focuses.
Yeah.
And so I got to change this one. Where's my focal length, focal distance? Where's that? Oh, it's super close. Okay, so we'll go right about there. And then I'll jump to the next one and copy and paste that to that so that it sticks. And let's look at how that looks. It'll be slow while it renders. Okay, so it snaps to that guy. And it snaps to the pole. Well, that happens really late. Yeah, that's less distracting.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and it looks good too. Yeah, that's way better. Yeah.
Okay. I think the guy, the rockabilly guy, is now walking in front of the pole, but I don't think that matters that much.
Really? I can't tell. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm going to have it hit him a little bit earlier because it makes sense. Oh, see, that's the thing is I liked this guy. No one will notice this, but his little flag, his little handkerchief that he's got.
Zoom in. Let's notice it now. I want to see it. I could spend all night looking at this.
All right, let me find him. Where's my?
Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing this because we won't get to enjoy this later.
Yeah. So
it goes really quick. Oh, it moves and everything. Oh my god!
His flag waves a little bit, and his head bobs. So he's got a bobbing head and a waving flag.
Wow!
And I was trying to do like a Grateful Dead kind of vibe, where like you ever met like an old Grateful Dead dude, and they're always just like, "Yeah, man." Yeah. They nod like super slow to everything. So that's what that's doing. But no one will ever see it. But it's fun because
we just saw it. That counts.
Yeah. So if you watch really closely, it moves. You can see it move. That was it. It's on the screen for a second.
So a couple of these characters, I'd probably say out of all these background characters, maybe 3 of them are from my Peeps collection. Like that guy in the front,
Oh,
camo guy,
yeah.
camouflage guy. He's from my Peeps, and so is the rockabilly guy from my Peeps collection, and that guy in the maroon shirt with the gray hair. Those are guys that appear in several movies and backgrounds, and so they're my background actors. I literally have hundreds and hundreds of background characters that I've created. So
I just want to say that like a third of your characters look like people cosplaying as George Lucas. At least in the shot. It's like
that's what they do.
2 of the 5 people on camera right now look like
George Lucas could have been.
Right. Okay, so that was the main thing on that shot. And let me go to. Oh, that was way too far. Where's the end? Right here, right there. That's the end. All right. Okay, so let's play it through one more time, and I'll render out a new one.
So there'll be music. There'll be the sound of Jock Bro arguing with the girls in the background. Not, I'll ace it with the audio. There'll be just different chatter going on, and you won't be able to hear them chattering per se, each person, but you'll be able to feel like you're in a bar. And
it'd be really cool, Jim, is if you caught half a second of each conversation.
I thought about that, but then that requires some lip sync and stuff like that, and it wouldn't be quite worth it. But there will be some of that because your audience it'll fool their mind because somebody will say something it's a little bit clearer, and they'll kind of attribute it to someone.
Right.
But yeah, so there'll naturally will be some of that.
Yeah,
but remember,
I just think it'd be.
There's going to be an argument in the background that's what he's been watching going on.
Yeah.
It's a funny shot. Look at that square. I love this. You know what, Cory? I almost wish there was I can do this again in post. I can do it in editing, but it's like I almost wish the shot could even be slightly slower, like a little bit slower. You know what I mean? Because it's so much to enjoy. But I don't want it
self-indulgent. I can do that really easily.
Really? Like just increment slower, not drastic, but
okay. So hold on, it goes to 30 seconds. So I will take this is panning shot bar, and I'll go new composition. I'm going to call this composition Jim. What do they call people who are? I'll call it prima donna speed.
Madonna speed. Then there'll be a post Madonna speed.
Yep. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we put the panning bar in there, and then I add, where's my thing? I add keyframes on the time, and we'll go to 30. I'll add another keyframe there, and then I can delete this one, and I can spread it out. And I just added 5 seconds. So now the whole thing's slower.
Wow. Just check it out.
This is rendering, so this is way too slow. But so basically you can keyframe time outside of a composition. So if you put a composition inside of a composition, then you can put keyframes on time, and so you can rubber band it. Like in like fight movies where you see them like pull back and it slows down and then it speeds up really quick and then it slows down to punch, and then you see them like that's just rubber banding time.
You might have to use that effect.
Yeah. What I really want to do is I would like to cut to live action of your wife punching you in the face for like 5 frames, and then cut back to the animation.
Several times.
But shoot it like with a macro lens and at like high speed so that we get like the real actual impact and like the ripple.
It's art.
Yep. It's worth it.
Not art if someone doesn't lose a tooth. So, like I was saying a little bit earlier, my hope is for this, especially for this next one of the very next shots. It's the shot of Jock Bro talking to the girls, but from a little bit farther.
Okay.
100% of that is just reused stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know how much easier that makes it on your end. That was actually a question I had. Should I be reassembling that at a smaller scale, or is it?
Just give me like a screenshot of how you want it to look, and then I can just move stuff around.
All right.
If it's a shot like this, like, well, let's talk about this for a minute. So this is helpful. So a shot like this, I can easily add a second or third or fourth camera, and we can do anything we want with that camera, and I don't have to rebuild the same composition. And so it's like shooting a sitcom with like 3 cameras, right?
Yeah.
You can kind of cut to whatever, but all the actors and chairs and whatever are all still in the same spot. So that's simple. If what we did on the other one though is I didn't build it out in like 3D space. It just looks like it because of the way you drew it. So it's all flat. And so if we pull back, I would actually have to have like the background needs to be bigger so that I can show more of it.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this is the slower speed with the extra 5 seconds.
It's kind of a little too slow, right? Maybe
too slow for me,
an extra 2 seconds, or was it?
So I went from 30 seconds to 35 seconds.
Is it the first one was 30-second shot?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the nice thing about this is you get a lot of time out of the one shot because it's interesting.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't realize that it was a 30-second shot.
Yeah, so that's the 35. You know, I mean, I could actually do something like this too. I could add another keyframe here, and then we could speed things up a little bit until we get to him. So we'll get about here, and I'll add another keyframe, and I will just speed that up in the middle so that it's slower at the beginning.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then it'll speed up once it hits this keyframe, and it's got to re-render. And
yeah,
slow down again once it gets to
that is really cool. Yeah.
And this is also something you could probably do in the editing, because you could do this in Premiere. Or I assume you can do it in iMovie.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
So I'll give you the fully rendered slower version and this version.
Okay.
And then you speed it up, slow it down, cut it up however you want.
Okay.
And then you'll have all the shots that you need for that. But I think this is probably the one. This is 32 seconds, I think. But it's slowed down at the tops and tails.
Nice. Wow. Are you dreading the dialogue coming up?
Yep. And the fight scene. Those are the 2 things where I'm like, everything I'm doing right now is easy.
I really don't think the fight scene is going to be it, because in my mind, I don't want to draw that much of a fight scene. I don't want to, I think it's going to be, it's not. Are we
going to do one of those things where we see the fight start and then it the camera turns away and we just hear it happening?
I'll do the equivalent of that. There'll be just a lot of reactions and a lot of, and a lot of reuse stuff, maybe he's doing the same move, but we do a close up on it, It's not going to be a lot. Yeah.
This is better.
Yeah.
This is normal speed in the middle and slow down at either end.
Yeah, I like that.
You want to know another little secret? That George Lucas character that's walking to the right, he disappears behind that pole. He was abducted by aliens.
Oh, so, really?
Well, because I couldn't have him continue to walk. So as soon as he's covered by this pole, I deleted it.
So in our mind, he just walked faster than the camera.
Right. And then he keeps walking faster than the camera, but in reality, we would have caught up with him. So
all these guys like Todd Lucas, Brian Lucas, Ford Lucas.
Yep. So he doesn't exist, and neither does Rockabilly Guy. Rockabilly Guy doesn't exist right here, and then he exists, and then I delete him after the fact, so that they're just not in the way anymore.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyway,
I like it.
Cool. And
each character should go off screen and have their own life, and I want you to animate that.
Sounds good. We'll have a "Where Are They Now?" documentary on each character shot.
Well, I can only imagine, and I don't want to imagine, because I mean, drawing this stuff, is one thing. That's a load of work, but it's a different type of load of work than you're doing. You're doing is more. It's just, I don't know, mentally taxing probably.
That's
I
not,
have to be. It has to be. Yeah, but it looks great.
Yeah. I can't remember these guys in the background playing pool. Do they have moving parts, or are they just all fixed layers?
Some of them, I think one of them did, but they don't need to move at all. Yeah,
I'm just wondering, how long do you want to hang on this reaction shot of this character?
Just probably where he puts, the beer goes down and then it'll cut.
Okay.
Yeah, because there is going to be a lot going on with the audio. So probably I'll probably cut it like, boom, cut it.
Okay.
Yeah. The colors look great too. I'm really happy with the way that things are coming out.
Yeah, I didn't do anything to him this time.
Oh, I'm great. I'm so great.
You are great. The only thing I did, I think I deleted it eventually because I did. Oh yeah, there's a little bit right here. You can see those signs blinking.
Yeah.
And hopefully nobody notices this, but I actually masked them out. And there's this gray Winnie the Pooh 100-acre wood rain cloud that floats in to cover them because they were really distracting once we were focusing on him. And so
that's very smart. It works.
Yeah,
the black adds to that.
I'm glad nobody noticed because there was a ton of problems right up here. There were a ton of problems right up there, and so I just put a.
We should do that every scene, including daytime.
Yeah, just have. Don't look at this part. There's just going to be a fuzzy rectangle that just slides onto the screen to like hide.
The smoke monster.
Yeah, so you can kind of see it as I scrub it by. You can see it like cover those signs.
Yeah.
But I tried to have it track with his head, but apparently I missed.
Wow.
Yeah. So on either side of him is actually two different backgrounds because I cut out about 9 feet of this bar and just pieced them together, and I just covered the seam with his head.
Gotcha.
So if you look closely enough, you'll see that the pool table looks like it's sliding across the floor because it doesn't match up with the parallax correctly.
Cory, I actually had. Oh yeah, I noticed it now.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's great.
I know. Well, that's what I love about animation in general is like once you add sound.
Yeah.
Your mind invents things that aren't there. It just makes things okay. Like if you hear something happen, you assume that you saw it, even though nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing on the screen happened.
You know what's funny too? That the right-hand side of the screen, to me, looks more barry, and that's because there's more black in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that black that you added there actually does make a huge difference. In a good way.
You had drawn, I felt a little bit bad, but you had drawn like the lighting fixture hanging from the ceiling, and like there's a bunch of.
But remember early on in one of the early episodes, I said there's a lot going on in backgrounds where you can't really tell what's going on.
Yeah.
So you know what?
I mean, you have this awesome like gig poster hanging up on the ceiling. There's like all of this stuff that nobody's gonna get to see. Oh, I'll tell you. Okay, now I'm going to point out all the things I did because no one noticed them. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe Frank or Ronnie or Scott or somebody noticed them. But the floor, you'll notice that the floor, you have this like texture all over the place on the carpet.
Yes,
can't do that because the ground plane is 90 degrees perpendicular to the back wall.
Mm-hmm.
So the ground plane is coming at us.
Right.
So the lower down on the screen, that floor is right at camera level, but it was moving at the same speed as the rest of the background, the back wall.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to replace. I'll show you what I did there.
Okay.
Panning shot. This red line right here. Let me switch so it's bigger. Do this one and give me right side. and right here. So I added this ground plane. This is what everybody is standing on, is just a green rectangle that's just tilted. And so it covered everything below this. This is your background layer right here. This one. Everything below this red line is the carpet that you drew.
Okay.
It looks super weird. It looks like everybody was standing on ice and slowly sliding. The carpet wasn't matching where they were because it wasn't physically there. It was actually further away.
The carpet wasn't matching the drapes.
That's exactly what was happening. If some of these characters' names were drapes.
I am perplexed. That's amazing that you even did that. Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just like this.
What a fix! That's pretty incredible.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was
no more smudge on the ground then.
No more smudge in the ground,
okay.
unless you give me the ground as a separate layer. So if you give me the ground as a separate layer, I can lay it down and then set things on top of it, and then it actually will do the correct parallax.
Gotcha.
But it has to be pretty big because you're laying it down.
Yeah,
and so it disappears as it goes away.
Yeah, we can get away with. I mean,
yeah, usually. So
you did it. So
for the, I don't know if this is true, but for me, the best thing to do. Oh, I wanted that to be the top. I want this to be the camera. For me, the best thing to do is not give viewers anything to track the feet on. And so they have, like, if there's like bricks that they're walking on or cobblestone or whatever, those edges or those marks, they have to line up with the feet exactly. Because as people are walking or standing, they hit and the foot stays in that position on the ground until it lifts up again.
Right.
And so if it's going like this and the foot is sliding as the ground is moving,
I got it. Yeah.
And so if you have no reference for that, if it's just a solid green or a solid brown or whatever it is, your eye can't see that it's slipping because it's not tracking. There's no comparison. There's no contrast of movement.
Yeah.
So anyway, so for this whole shot, the carpet is just a nice clean carpet, Jim. Like the carpets that should exist in restaurants. Not the carpets that you draw.
No gum.
Backwoods bars.
No gum. That's great, man. I mean, I'm super happy with how it came out. This is like, and what'll be cool about it too is, I think in the ultimate flow of things, when the short's done, it's not going to be like a showy shot. It's not going to be like, oh, look at what we did in After Effects. It really does build up to the story because, like I said, the audio that's going to be going on and things like that.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's kind of a nice establishing shot. Speaking of which, do we still want to do the exterior shot since we have this one? Or is that too many establishing shots at the beginning?
You know what? I kind of think that we don't need the exterior necessarily. Okay. It would be nice, but I don't think we need it.
Okay.
We'll know.
Cut everything together once we have the audio.
Yeah.
Think like if we need.
This isn't the opening shot. The opening shot's still going to be the bottle shot. That's how it was always designed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the shot. This shot happens after.
So we see. Oh, I see. So we know who we're talking about. So you introduce the people at the table.
Right. So
let me pull that up. Nothing's coming up. Animation Unchained. Bottle slam.
This is how the sausage is made, folks.
So this shot,
yes,
is the opening shot.
Yeah, and it's going to be plank in a ha 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 ha. I'm going to do the Foley for that too. I figured out a way to do it. Just drink a lot of beer, and then it's going to cut to another shot where I forgot what the second shot is. I should have the storyboard open.
I have the.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up.
And I will have to give you some layer shots. I'll do them in Photoshop. It's easier to do them there than it isn't in Procreate. Procreate's hard to move things around. layers and stuff like that, or from one document to another. Okay, so it cuts there, and then the next shot is it Jock Bro? The next shot with the two heads?
I'll pull it up in just a minute here. Oh, I might have it in this folder. This is the problem with working with me, is I am not organized.
I'm shocked. I thought you'd be very organized.
This is one folder that I've just dumped every file that you've given me. So
I'm pretty organized. I'm not. You're you're detail oriented. You're definitely very detail oriented.
Oh shoot! No, you go away. You come with me. Where? There we
go. So yeah, it is Jock Bro with the two heads, and then there's that. Can you go to the fourth panel? Zoom in on that.
Let me just pull it up in Photoshop so that I can do that.
And then
what this Windows.
Yeah, I want to show you the fourth panel because this is a good example, and I guess I'll do this myself. I'll send you this panel, that side shot. I have a shot of him. I don't know if it's when he's going to grab her wrist or whatever, but I was thinking we reuse that. Like you just zoom in on it because he has a hand that's like that, and he's just kind of going like this, like at this part, like blah 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 blah,
yeah,
blah, blah, and then they're reacting with their eyes and stuff like that. Oh, by the way, are we gonna wait to say who the voice talent will be on this? Do we wait till it's done?
You can announce it. I don't care.
Okay, here's a big announcement at the 51-minute mark. So Cory's wife, I want to have her do most of the talking. One of the female characters in it.
So she's like a great actress, and she does plays and stuff all the time. And we were running some errands when I got that note from you.
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Hold on, let me ask her." And so I asked her, and she literally said, "Really? Doesn't he want to get somebody that's like good?" That's like, he's not doing you a favor. He wants you in the show.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we have much to choose from, and so those that are chosen are the chosen ones.
Yeah,
I'm going to have my friend Deacon is going to play one of the other girls in it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I might play the third girl. So
you play a lot of. It's a lot of like Kids in the Hall in your shows where you.
Well, you know where that comes from. Besides a sociopath,
ancient Greek theater.
Yes, it comes from when I was doing for the first 5 years or so of me doing my films. I did all the voices. I did everything. There was no guest star. The only guest star I had in my films was Nisam, my friend Nisam. From the beginning, he always did my theme songs. Like I'd write a song and he'd sing it, and that was it. It was like, so it was voice art and music. Jim Lujan, theme song, Nisam. He would sing it, and then slowly, and then I started bringing him in and a couple other people, and then about 4 or 5 years ago, I started bringing more and more people in. I started getting a little like tribe together of the regulars, and now I love it. And now it's like it is what drives me, is working with other people like this. I love it. Here we go.
I should be keeping track of this a little bit better, but we have some of these shots done already, right? This is the shot right after.
Yeah. So Cory, one of the things I was going to ask you, this is big, and this could be help with your mental health, because of the lip sync.
Yeah.
Is it possible to create? I don't know what it would even call, not an action, but is it possible to create just a series like an anime of mouths going that you just turn on and off on characters?
Yeah.
So you just match them, because I don't want you to have to sit there and go match the o e. You know what I mean? That'll be like the forgiveness of this short that we're doing. Like people will just say, "Wow, it's an awesome kick butt short." It's just, the mouths are the mouths. Like I don't really want you to, because I know how bad and how hard it is to do that, and I hate doing it.
So for him, for this Jock Bro guy,
mm-hmm.
his mouth shapes are not going to match up to any particular.
No,
he's just flapping his jaw.
I'm thinking for everybody it could be like that. Not in the same thing, but you know what I mean? Like we just have a series of mouths that just that.
Yeah, I think I've watched a lot of cartoons in slow motion to try to figure out how they do lip sync. I think Fairly Odd Parents does that actually. I don't
Let's
think
do it. Would that be the easiest solution for you?
Yeah, probably. I think I could rig it to like a null object and then turn it off and on that way. But I mean, I could also just delete keyframes. That's what I did I had a character that just had a beard covering his mouth.
Yeah.
In my cartoons, and just whenever he talked, I just had all these keyframes that just kind of did this basically, but with his beard. His beard was just kind of flying all over the place.
Yeah.
And then in between words, I would just go in and like select all the keyframes and delete them.
Yeah, I get it. That's kind of what I do a little bit too when I do a long piece of dialogue and it has the mouth opening and closing a lot. Yeah, I end up deleting a lot. And let's do that because I don't want. Yeah, I don't want the lip sync to be the big. If you're going to die,
I don't think it's.
If you're going to die during this, I want you to die in something a lot more spectacular than.
Okay. I don't want to make a decision on that when I'm really tired.
Okay.
So let's kind of punt that decision down the road a bit.
Okay. Well, this is part of the partnership where you have free reign. The word no is in your vocabulary.
I'll let you know. Mm-hmm. So we have this shot's done. This shot is blocked and rigged.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go in and match it to the sound once we're ready. And we have this. I feel like I've done this.
Really?
I don't think I rendered anything out.
What? I didn't know that. I didn't know because I know you have all the elements, but I didn't know you did that.
Maybe I did. I thought I did.
Know. If you did, let me know because then I won't block it for you. Because that's what I'll start doing too. Is I'll kind of start blocking some shots for you a little bit.
Yeah.
The only thing is, well, I guess I could do the background people too. I could drop them in there. It might as well. You're doing the work. I could do the work of blocking out the shots.
Okay, hold on. Let me open this other one and I'll see if it's anywhere. It's going to be here.
By the way, audience, okay, just so you know, Cory's doing all of this in Microsoft Word, which is really incredible.
Yeah, it's a really bloated program for word processing, but it works great for everything else.
Yeah.
That's the credits. That's just his head. This isn't going to be it. That's just his head talking. This is where I'm opening the kimono and everybody's seeing that I'm a fake because I do not keep track of things. And I start animating stuff without organizing things. And then I can't remember where anything is. This one? Let's see. This is
opening that kimono.
Let's see if this one. Okay, so that's. Oh yeah, here it is. So, did I not show you this? No, that's no.
That's a different shot.
2-shot background.
So the shot we're looking for is a shot where it's just side. It's a side shot where you just see his shoulder and his arm from the back.
All right, I hallucinated it. I don't think I've done it yet.
I'll block it out for you if you want.
That's fine. Why do I feel like I've rigged those girls though? I don't think I have. Now that I'm looking at it.
No more family time for you.
Here's what we need to do. I don't know why I didn't set this up at the beginning.
What's that?
We need to have a Trello board of assets and scenes so that we know what we've done and what we need to do. Because I have one folder on my computer that now has hundreds of files in it, and none of them are named correctly because I'm dumb.
Trello an app, by the way?
Yeah, it can be an app. It's also just a website.
Okay.
So you've got this.
Yeah, let's look at some of the assets that we got coming up with our audience, like a preview of our shows to come.
Let me sort by date.
And it'll also help me remember what I sent you.
Far shot table.
Put my glasses on. Look very smart.
Girls' mouths.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yes, Scar. Yes.
Jockbro 3/4 arm.
Yes, very good.
Dip City.
Yeah. Very good.
Side Curtis. That's our tweaker. Storyboard. Wayne's mouths. Oh, I've like lost all my layers. So it's A, O, L.
Yeah, I see. That's what I mean. You don't have to match those, Cory. You could just throw a cycle of O, open, shut, whatever.
So let's do like a Ren and Stimpy thing. If there's at any point in time like a close up of him, and we're like exaggerating, like the beast was grateful, in the forever, then I'll do it. But other than that, I'll just have him his lips will just move really fast.
Yes. Or if he goes.
Okay, so that's Wayne's side back.
By the way, and I won't tell it during this project, but Wayne does have a last name.
Oh.
And it's never changed. And I should give people hints. And if you become a patron of mine, I will tell you his last name.
I was looking for this file the other day because I spent hours drawing this.
Oh, there it is.
It's in the wrong folder.
Oh, yeah.
So if anybody's wondering why it takes me longer to do everything than everybody else, it's because I basically...
There's the OJ murder weapon.
There it is. Okay, yeah, so let's go through these. So storyboard, painting bar shot, that's done. So this one's done. And where does that fit? Is that like
a long shot, a wide shot? It's replacing. See the one where he's crouched over. The 8th panel.
Okay, so 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this shot.
Yeah, it's replacing that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. So that's. Do you have enough dialogue to fill? Because it's 30 seconds, 8 panels in.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will. Yeah, this is where it'll be a lot of the talking happens. We won't have to show a lot of the talking, the arguing.
Yeah. Cool.
And again, it's gonna start to fade out a little bit. Like it's like if you took your camera and walked over 12 feet. You hear them, but they're not going to be quite as loud. But we'll have, and then I'll have to have your wife doing some ad libs.
Yeah.
So, along, like go. I'll totally. It'd be kind of fun if your wife was on this at some point, and I kind of like coached her, pre-coached her.
Oh yeah, she'll jump on. It'll be fun. Okay, so 9 and 10, where this girl is done and Jack Bro grabs her wrist.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same shot, and you're showing the movement, or is that a different angle?
It's the same shot. Unless, and we have the freedom to this, unless you find something more appealing that you like better.
Well, a lot changes in between those, and so we could hide it with a cut, but we could also animate it. Yeah, like her face changes significantly. Like she goes from angry to like whoa.
Yeah.
And then he comes in and she's like, giving him she's like lecturing, right?
Yeah. And Cory, in the I guess would it be the 11th panel?
The lower right.
8, 9, 10, 11. 11th panel. That one's also probably gone because the 11th and the 8th panel to the left. Right. That panel, one directly above it.
Yeah.
Those are replaced with the long shot. Because so now it'll go from where he grabs her wrist and then a far shot of the table. And then it's going to cut back into a close shot of the wrist, but Wayne's hand joins them. And then it becomes that where he's got him in a hold.
Okay.
So
what do you need, honey?
I was just wondering when I have to go to bed.
Normal time. Nowish.
Can I watch another episode?
No. Love you. Good night.
Good night.
So
sorry. Tell me what you were just saying.
So the 8 and 11 are gone, and it goes from her close up, and then we could go to a close up of the wrist of her close up of her face, yelling at him. Then we can go to maybe we have a shot of I don't know if we have a shot of him getting closer, and then it's a close up of his hand on her wrist.
Could we do this? Can she have some distinguishing piece of jewelry or something on her arm,
Yeah.
like a bracelet or a ring or something, so that the viewers know that it's still her arm. And then when he grabs her arm, we could cut to a close-up of him grabbing it.
Yes. Okay. And then it cuts to a reaction shot a little bit farther, which is the 12th panel, the last panel.
Uh-huh.
And there's a little bit of like, hey, hey, hey. And then it goes back to the close shot. And we might have, I don't know if we're going to have anything in between, like our facial reaction to him or whatever, but
sure.
But it'll go back to a close-up shot of the hand and Wayne and joining them. And then the very next shot is on the next storyboard page where he's got him in that hold on the, like, hey, let me go, let me go, man. He's pinching, he's doing the wrist hold, like some kind of weird. So it'll jump from the close-up to that shot. There's no in between where it shows him.
Okay. So the way I will do that is I'll do all the close-up of her wrist all in one shot.
Yes.
And you can cut it up later.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I should speak in that language because it makes more sense. Yeah. So
understanding cutting back and forth is helpful. So
yeah. So we'll get some extra dialogue from Deacon, who's going to do the voice of Denise, the girl that gets grabbed. I'll get some extra dialogue so that we can just have her saying a bunch of things. Hey, you're not blah 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 blah, and I'll just cut it.
Okay.
Yeah. I like it. We're starting to get. Oh, there we go. Oh, so there is already there is a reaction shot, and there's going to be a reaction of his friends going like, "Yeah, man, go," like whatever.
Okay, wait. I know these are storyboards, and so they're loose, but like this cracks me up. This looks like a baby doll hand, just like, like reaches into the scene.
It's gonna be small like that. It's smaller than him.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
look at the next panel. That's pretty much Leonardo da Vinci quality right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's
it'll
gonna look a little different than that. Better or for worse, I don't know.
I'm curious how we'll go in between these two, because I mean his arm is gonna rotate up.
I think
so. I mean, could we just rip it off camera and then cut to that?
Yes, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, but there should be a grab and then a yank and then directly that next shot.
Okay.
Do you have enough right now? I think I gave you a couple of different hands for him.
I have hands. I can't remember. I haven't looked at them yet. Did I not download them?
Ladies and gentlemen, Cory Kerr performing his latest country smash, I Have Hands.
I have hands, but I haven't looked at them yet. I don't see them. I'll have to look in the Google Drive that we're sharing.
Okay.
I feel like I saw a bunch of hands.
I told you a million times, you have to get organized, Cory. We're always having this conversation.
Girls' mouths, Unchained storyboard, Wayne side, Wayne main, the girls, shot to be tests. Did you name it Hands?
It's probably within Jock Bro. Okay, you know which one it is?
I'm starting to feel like this is on you now, man.
Yeah, I feel that way. You're a bad
Jock Bro 3/4 arm grab.
Yeah, you're a bad influence. Unless it's hidden in that layer.
No.
There's one hand. I could easily draw you a couple hands.
But I mean, if you've already done it, unless you're doing the same thing that I did.
Perhaps I didn't, because I thought I drew one where his hand was going towards her, and then it closes one where it's closed. So it's in probably that shot, the same shot that he's grabbing. Yeah,
I mean, I've got this. Here's the open hand.
There we go. Although, is that the hand we need?
It's a completely different angle than the storyboard.
It'll work if you have him as he's getting pulled away. His hand opens just that much. It'll work because it'll be kind of blurred, motion blurred, maybe.
So, just fix it in post.
Put a cloud on it.
So if this is happening, let me just get a thing. Our frame is going to be about like this.
Yeah.
That's not tall enough, but so Wayne's hand would come in like that, right?
I thought it would come in at a different angle. This draws Wayne's hand holding his fist, just the hand, not the arm.
I'm just trying to find it.
Yeah, it should be on there when he grabs his hand.
I have too many things open now. So right here.
Yeah.
So you've got it along the edge like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's almost like he's coming behind him, kind of a little bit.
He's like spooning him.
Spooning him like this.
And then it comes in. Okay.
It's called Unchained Love.
So it's like that. How do I do this? So it's like that, and then Wayne comes in from the same angle and kind of grabs his wrist like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So then it would pull this direction?
Yes, totally.
Okay. So when Wayne grabs his hand, I'll switch back to him opening his hand so that she can pull her arm away.
That'll be perfect, yeah. And
otherwise he's gonna like rip her arm out of the socket as well.
Yeah, and her arm, when it pulls away, it doesn't even have to be that dramatic. It could just be like that. It doesn't have to be like whoop off of the screen. Like everybody leaves the screen.
Okay, so we've got hand, we got forearm. Yeah. Okay.
This is where you tell me, don't tell me how to animate, Lujan.
You've been doing it way longer than I have.
They're very much different.
Yeah, you're getting that.
Yeah, I see that. That was an early one though, too. That was before I knew that.
Okay, so that makes sense. I'm going to close this so I don't save my weird drawings all over it.
Okay.
That makes sense. And so we'll pull that off, and then we'll cut to this shot.
So what I'll do now, Cory, is I will focus on, because there's not much new stuff we need, because you'll have a while before you catch up. So I'm going to focus on getting you staging stills, or what do we call them?
Yeah. And you don't even have to use the actual artwork. I just need size and location of where they are.
Okay.
So
well,
marker it out.
Yeah. I'll get it as close to possible so you can get a feel.
Yeah.
But man, we're still kind of early on, but it's like the slingshot is pretty loaded. So there's, like I said, the fight scene, don't sweat that. I was more worried about the lip sync because that's more constant. The fight scene's a couple of shots and it's a lot of posing. And I'm not gonna murder myself for the fight scene either. Oh, so this is the one. Is this the one I had the girls there for scale? Yes. Okay, so I got to explain what this is real quick. I mean, you kind of know what it is. I drew the arms big, so you could have more than you need. Which is probably going to bore the audience with this one, but that's what that is, just between you and I.
And this is everybody's arms, all of the girls? Or just one of them is going to be moving their arm?
One. I think it was Denise's arms, the girl that gets grabbed.
Okay.
So, by the way, the character that your wife's going to play would be Kelly in the middle. And she's talking. She's like the leader of their group, I guess you could say. But
you don't know Malia well, but you if you're looking for a girl who's going to fight back and not take any crap from anybody, you picked the right actress for that.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the one. So, like, the girl that gets grabbed would be like the second in command, and then the girl that I'll play on the far left is just more the one that just like, yeah, and that one's like the one really telling the guy to go away. The girl in the middle.
Okay.
Don't be a jock, bro. #.
Don't be a jock, bro. And he's got blinking in his rat tail.
I love the rat tail.
That'll be cool. And then mouths, and then Different arms. Cool.
And Cory, for whatever happens with this project, or doesn't happen, or happens, these moments have been a joy. Like I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm getting way more animating done than I normally do because I don't have to make anything. That's great.
I hope there's a trade-off there.
Yeah. No, that'll be cool. Okay, so I've got this shot is ready to go once we get dialogue. And then this shot is done. Or I'll render it one more time with the new speeds. And I thought we had so many more than we have, but that's it.
Well, we have elements for them.
Oh, and then we've got this one.
Yeah. We have Cory, jump to the storyboard real quick. I can tell you exactly how many we have right now just by knowing what I've sent and everything. So going by the storyboard, we've got 1, 2, the first 2, 3. We've got the 4th panel. We got the 5th. We've got the 6th. We've got the 7th. Skipping the 8th. We got the 9th, 10th. We've got the first full page already done. Artwork. It just has to be. Yeah. It just has to be assembled. Oh, you mean like rendered and stuff like that, or?
Right. I was like, my part of it. I don't care about you.
I'm only thinking about my part.
You're like, wait a minute. I'm done with. I'm waiting on you, man.
So this will be like released next week.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. At some point in time, these meetings will just be you saying, so I was finished a month ago. I don't have anything else to do.
That's my goal. My goal is to finish way before you, and then not rush you. That's my goal. But it is to remind you and keep you motivated, but not rush you and not cause this not to be fun or feel like a job.
Well, and because you drew these at a big size, like this one, those are all done. The reaction shot is done.
Yeah. I'm working on that one on panel number 7 right now. The bartender.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I did? I noticed this is so stupid. I noticed I was literally working on that today, and I noticed, oh shoot, the long shot, I have a bartender and a bar and a waitress behind the bar. I've drawn them once. I wonder if I matched them.
I know that this guy looks like that.
No, in the art that I'm doing today, like on the close-up, I don't know if the close-ups match them at all.
Because it's just
okay. The guy matched the guy. Go to the
he doesn't have a gold chain.
No. In the final art, like I'm doing the scene now where the bartender tells him take it outside. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know if I've drawn the waitress or not. I redrew the Grateful Dead guy, and I redrew I call him the green giant, the guy with his back to the camera. I redrew them. So we'll look at that next time.
Okay.
Time to let Cory get some rest or drink a lot of coffee and stay up till 5 a.m. again and animate.
It's Friday night, man. So I might run to the grocery store and grab a 6-pack of A&W root beer, and I'll be good to go.
Wow. Well, I'll be doing some drawing tonight too.
Maybe we'll.
I hope that you'll be doing some drawing out there too, kids.
Where's the thing? Did I close it down? There we go. This one. This is the one I'm looking for. Why is this not already up there? Cory
is the craziest sane person I've ever met.
That's an excellent description. I don't know what you mean by it, but I like it.
It fits. I don't know why.
So for this shot, we'll probably need his hand.
Which one?
The second one.
Oh, him. Yeah, going like that. Yeah, you're right.
But I mean, even here, like all these shots, we don't need any more backgrounds or background people. I'll just take what I've already done and either blur it or just stick it in the background or whatever.
I love it. Yeah.
And I might not even I won't need the bar because I've already got the bar. I won't need
I've already done it. I've done the background to the bottles and everything. So
okay.
I'll just give it to you. But yeah, I get what you're saying. See, that's where I got to be careful.
You can give it to me, but I've already got it.
Okay.
I mean, it's
if you like it better.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't mind doing it again. I was watching. See, I've already got all these.
Okay. You know what? You might have to use them because I didn't color the shelving green. I colored it gray and stuff, so it probably doesn't even match. So
that's the type of Bush League crap that's going to get this team. I can't believe that you didn't color the shelving green.
This is why we're not on Cartoon Network.
This is the reason. That's the only reason is the green shelves.
Hey, can you reuse Grateful Dead guy?
Yeah, it depends on how big.
I did another version of him.
So
you can reuse him. It might be better to reuse him.
Yeah, let me show you what I'm talking about. Watch this. I can do this. Open reset.
Jolly Green Giant or the big green giant or whatever guy, I have him looking back like this.
Okay, so check this out. I have this whole camera, right? And everything that does all this, and then blah, 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 blah. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then I can literally push a button and create a new camera, and we'll call this cam bar close. And then 35 millimeters.
Sounds like an MMA fighter. Cam bar close.
Okay, and then on this separate camera, I can move this around in the scene. Why isn't it moving? Is it freaking out? Hello? No, that shouldn't. I was going to be all excited about how easy it was, and now I think I broke it. Hold on, just
is it because you're on a live stream or whatever?
It might be, but I should be able to.
StreamYard, I meant.
Hello? It's not reacting. I'll probably need to reset my computer and purge my memory, but
hey, but on the bright side, my Wi-Fi is working great tonight.
Yeah, that's good. But what I'm saying is, because we have this laid out, it's like a set.
Yeah.
And so if you want a shot from this set, I can put a different camera in the set and just push in on the bar, or I can pull over, or I can have. We've already got this all blocked out.
So do we need if we're going to have the bartender saying, "Hey, take it outside" or something like that? You're going to need to have his arms or something, right?
Yeah, I can add stuff in.
What's that?
I can add stuff in. I can make a copy of this, and then change whatever we want in the copy.
Let's do that then. I started redrawing them, but I'll toss it because this is more accurate. If we can do this, it'd be more accurate anyways.
Because this is a show that people will. There's going to be like on IMDb. There's going to be that section of goofs, and somebody's going to go in there and be like, "There's continuity errors. The shelves aren't green."
You know what I want? I want a documentary like the one on Stanley Kubrick, where they analyze every single thing that we've done.
Right. Could you imagine trying to find a deeper meaning in?
Yes, because I told you that happened with a music video I did once. So the guys, I had a picture. For Counterclockwise, I drew. There's a scene where they have a line in their song that says it's like a 3-ring circus and blah blah blah, and I drew this circus ringleader, but it was drawn. They wanted me to put their friend in the video, so I drew him, and it's a slim black gentleman.
Uh-huh.
He had and then there's clowns in the back and a 3-ring circus, and the clowns are all smoking and drinking like up to no good. And somebody wrote on the comments, genius the way that you put Barack Obama in that scene, and it's representing the 3 world governments, and blah blah blah. And it's like, and I was like, yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep, exactly. I've had people read.
Cory, that happens a lot. You would be surprised. And it is
no, I intentionally put stuff like that into things, but then people will find stuff that I didn't intend to. Because I do all kinds of stuff. Like I did one illustration one time where it was just voting, and it was like prescription pills spilling all over whatever. And I just intended to have those capsules when you open them, there's like stuff that spills out. I just had stuff. And somebody was like, "Oh, that's really interesting that the capsules are like red and blue, just like the political parties." And I was like, dude, I just looked at Dr. Mario and picked the pill I liked. And then they're like, but I really like how when you open it, that powder that comes out is in the shape of sheep because it makes that, it says a lot about. And I was like, yes, all of those things were totally planned.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Well, an artist works to become the art.
Okay, I'm going to try this one more time now that I've reset everything. Let me see if I can do it while I'm not sharing it and see if that helps. So we'll go layer new camera. And then I will go camera 2, 35 millimeters, click OK. And now if
you too can make a movie with a partner 1,000 miles away.
Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. It's not working.
Ooh.
So what if I delete that camera and I use this camera? Can I still move this one around, or have I broken everything? Oh, that one still moves around. Okay, I have no idea why this is working. I saw a meme one time that said programming, and it had a guy that said, my code isn't working and I have no idea why. And then the next frame, it was the exact same thing. It said, my code is working and I have no idea why. So I don't know what changed, but I can do this. So I can take this camera and I can say, if we want to be over here, I can just move.
Oh. But it's not going to blur them out. It's not going to pixelate them.
Well, no, because the camera's at 1920 by 1080, and you drew everything 1080 tall.
Oh, I got you.
So I can't go too far in, and then it'll pixelate. But yeah, I mean, I can come in and I can come back in here. Let's go right through her head.
Wow, that's something. You're going to right in his crack.
Yeah, and so I can just move this. I can just move this camera around and frame this up.
Let's just, for our close-up, let's use that. Yeah. Oh, that's way better. Except we'll position them more, center them, the two people in the background. Yeah. But I'm gonna have that guy go, hey. But so then should I go in and use him as my onion skin on him, and then just have him like another version of him like that? But I'm not gonna. I don't know. Should I make his arms separate, or should I just do another body of him going like that?
That's up to you.
I'll mess with it. Because if it was up to you, I think you would say, draw the towel. The towel would flap when he goes like that. I know you.
I want him to be like, hey, and then have like little 2 droplets above his head shaking, and then everything freeze frames for a second, and like a talking flying squirrel comes on and like grabs a peanut and walks off. That's what I want to happen.
That's in the home DVD version, special features. But he will go like that. I like that. All right, I will probably put the towel on a different layer, and I'll just send you the bartender like that, and then the girl, the waitress can just act with her eyes. I guess we don't have to move her too much.
Yeah.
But all right, cool. I'm excited, man. I'm rejuvenated and excited. And I really will, obviously, we'll get ahead of you, but it'll be things like this where you need, hey, Jim, can you go back and draw whatever, or give me that? That might work better. And I'm all in for that.
Yeah.
And then the dialogue's coming too. So that'll be another. There's not going to be too much dialogue, but there'll be enough. So, and maybe, if not next episode, maybe the episode after, we can bring your wife on, because by then I'll know exactly what everyone's saying. And we'll be a little bit further in the animation.
Yeah.
And episode 8, which is not next episode, but the one after, is where I will reveal the title of this.
Do you know what it is yet?
I have, you know what? I do have a backup title. I'll say that. I have a title that if I can't think of another title, it's called this. But I'm kind of waiting. I could do that thing where I tell viewers, see if you can guess what it is, and then I'll say, that's it. That's it.
And then you just take the best idea that people
tell us that's it. You got it. You got it right.
I'll tell you, Frank would probably come up with a pretty decent name. He's like
Frank.
Pretty witty.
Title for this short. We'll credit you, and it could be either blank unchained, unchained blank, or something with the word chain in it. But my first cartoon was called Unchained Fists, so I don't want to call it something too similar to that. And one of the titles I had nothing to do with Unchained, but I thought it might be, since this is an Unchained Wayne short, it could be.
I just think we should call it The Ballad of Jock Bro. That's what we should call it.
I like that. Jock Bro down.
Jock Bro down.
Yeah. Jock Bro Summer.
I feel like he needs like a really douchey name. I don't know what it would be.
His real name? Oh yeah, Jock. Well, nobody calls him Jock Bro, or do they? Is that his nickname?
So he needs to have like some name from his high school football team that only made sense to the high school football team, but nobody's questioned it since then, and nobody knows the origin of it.
Well, his real name is Keith Swiffer, and his father is part of the Swiffer empire of cleaning goods. And he is just like a spoiled jock bro that, just dropped out of college, or actually never dropped out, but just never went to class. And then grew angry as the years went on, because he's probably 10 years out of college or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, but
I want to say that he was playing ball on like a 20% scholarship at like a junior college.
Yeah.
And then he was kicked out for, I don't know, something stupid.
Well,
like something really stupid.
For a couple of rumbles in the weight room, and then he was kicked out for using creatine.
Is creatine still a thing? Because I remember that being a huge thing when that dude was trying to break the home run record.
I don't know. Ask Josh Kemble.
You think Josh is on creatine for his rowing machine?
Juicing. You've seen his anger on the show when when he says, "Buy my book," like that. He's so angry, veins pop out in it. I just want to pretend Josh is watching right now and listening.
He's not. We have one person watching now. We've lost everybody.
Whatever we want.
All right. Yeah. So if you guys want to, do I have this somewhere? I thought I had it. Don't I have it? This whole show, like 20% of the show has just been me trying to find things. I'm just going to type it in right now. CoryKerr.com/chains. And
just CoryKerr.com.
There we go. So if I should just have this on the whole time, but if you want to see the other episodes of this, for whatever reason, if you've made it 100, let's see, an hour and 32 minutes into
you
this,
really like us,
Incoherent Rambling, and you want to see what's going on and you've missed an episode, go to CoryKerr.com/chains. They're all right there. And then you can check out other things that I've done by clicking on animation there, and check out JimDuhan.com, which will take you to Jim's YouTube page.
Look at my eyes can do like Unchained Wayne. That's the model right there.
That's it. I'll have to go back and model everything. I'm gonna do like some mocap on your face right there. Just kidding. I have no idea how to do that. Next time, you know what I need to do? Somehow convince you that I can do motion capture and just have you like tape ping pong balls to your face, just so that I can have you tape ping pong balls to your face.
So many jokes I can make, but I'm keeping this everything PG-13.
PG-13. All right. So on that note, we'll figure out what we're gonna figure out and get together whenever. And if you want to know when we get together, you got to follow us on social media, because we don't know until
I know
hour before we're doing it.
Ourselves. So thank you, Cory. I completely really do appreciate it, and I'm super impressed and happy with everything you're doing. So thank you.
Yeah, it's looking good. I'm excited. One of the things that I'm super excited about is that I got a Photoshop file that had like 50 layers, and I didn't draw any of them.
Nice.
So that was kind of fun. I was like, hey, look, the layers. I don't have to do anything to them.
I'll keep sending them if you keep animating them.
Just keep naming them correctly. All right. See you, everybody.
All right.